Ali Belao, this is Kiku from Palau National Weather Service, here to give you a weather briefing for this afternoon through the weekend. So just for a reference point, just think in your mind about the Bubble Dub or the Big Island, and just remember that north is Ngoralong, south is south is Irai, east, where Malgayok is where the sun rises, and west, where Imalig is where the sun sets. Okay, so we have a ridge or a high pressure area over Palau, and ridges or high pressure area is generally associated with a pleasant weather. So what happens is cold air in the upper atmosphere sinks, and as it sinks to the surface, it becomes warmer and drier, and then it stabilizes the atmosphere. So what happens on a visible satellite imagery, only seen during the day, when there's a ridge over Palau waters, you'll see a very few clouds, very few shallow cotton ball-like clouds, but they're short or shallow. And sometimes when the wind is very weak, 6 miles per hour or less, we can have like island heating over Bubble Dub, Miyuns, or Koror. I'm going to zoom in on the main islands. So what you see here is just the light to moderate type of island heating, and we could get some light to moderate showers. This type of event, it lasts about it's a 4-hour process, so the rain will just come and go. So we've had a number of those incidents during the very dry periods for the past week or so. In fact, speaking of dry periods, Palau needs at least 2 inches of rainfall a week, or 8 inches, average of 8 inches a month to meet most water needs. And currently, for the month of June, Koror and Irai is our main station. We barely are over 6 inches of rain. So hopefully we get a little bit more rain this month to at least reach the 8-inch minimum. But the previous months, our dry season, we had above normal rainfalls. So models, we look at models. Models are numerical weather prediction models. They get the data from the weather balloons, and they ingest it into these supercomputers that calculate all kinds of formulas and produce the outlook for weather or climate. So according to the models, they're showing a weak trough. So when you hear us talk about trough or low pressure areas, it's associated with bad weather or deteriorating weather. Basically, the ocean is warm, air is rising, evaporating, convecting, moisture is building up, and then clouds form, and then, it can rain. So whenever you hear troughs or low pressure areas, it's always associated with bad weather. So I just want to show you, if you can look over here, in this area here, this is Guam and the Marianas here, and this here is Tropical Storm Champi. That's the one that recently passed south of Guam and then has trailed along this way here. Earlier in the week, there was a trough that was linked to Champi, and we had a little bit of rain from that. But mostly the past couple of weeks, we've had mostly short-term rainfall. So hopefully this week, Friday morning, the models are showing another trough coming in within the trade winds, and that's on our east side, approaching Palau from the east side. And also on the weekend, we might have another trough coming in from the east side. So expect some showers possibly tomorrow morning, and throughout the day, occasional showers. There may be breaks in the rain, and there may be some thunderstorms also, and also over the weekend. So I'm kind of hoping that we do have the rain. We need the water. Do conserve. We should be conserving whether it's wet season or dry season. And by the way, yes, speaking of season, the current state of the climate is ENSO neutral, so it's like normal conditions. But towards the end of the year, there might be a good chance of going back into La Nina, which just means above normal conditions, more rain, stronger winds, higher sea levels, maybe coral bleaching. And then it's also Palau's wet season. From May to December, it's also our tropical cyclone season. From June to December, we usually have a peak, like more, maybe 2, in December, and then another peak in spring. We also have monsoon season, and that's generally when the winds are coming from the west. When all the weather and the winds are coming from the west, it's generally a monsoon season. So yes, it is our wet season. Although we haven't reached our normal numbers for this month, I'm hoping that will come through towards the end of the month. And that's all I have for you today. Please go to Palau National Weather Service webpage. I do post the weather sometimes on my personal Facebook page, so you can check it out there. If you have any questions, you can message me. And I also share the links for Guam and our office and a number of products. You think you can point over here to some of these products that we have here? It's either they're associated with our office or it's something that produced by Guam. Here is a sea level forecast. The blue is the observed data, and the lighter blue is the forecast for the rest of the week. And it's showing sea levels higher than 6 feet. That red line is near 6 feet. Let me put my glasses back on. Can you see that there? Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, Friday's strawberry full moon. So we will expect some higher sea levels before the full moon, during, and after. This is a weather forecast from Guam for Palau. So winds are variable, 6 to 12 miles per hour. Seas are 2 feet. And partly sunny, partly cloudy skies today, and isolated showers by noon. And this is our earthquake monitoring equipment here. You can see these are the last hour is red, last day in blue, yellow is last week. So the latest one, earthquake here, was located at Tonopah Junction, right over there. This is a current Rock Island weather by Coral Reef Research Foundation. I also share all these links on my Facebook page. And this is the surface observation and TAF observations for APHIS next door. So again, this is Kikuko from Palau National Weather Service. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week.